Good afternoon, Robert Scribbler filming for the OBX Wave Report, looking at Jeanette's Pier and angling the camera now toward the north at some 3 to 7 foot waves breaking here as things start to clean up quite a bit. A lot of water moving around out here, but conditions looking, woo, look at that, wow, looking more and more favorable. Oof. Blows out there. As the winds shift around to the south and west, and the ocean conditions start to clean up and down the Outer Banks. Once again, 3 to 7 foot waves, possibly some 8 footers. Looking just big and fun, with a lot of rollers coming in here on the outside as well. Not really catching much in the way of, oh, that looks like a pretty good section there, pretty hollow. Yeah, so over the next 12 to 24 hours, conditions looking pretty good here in the Outer Banks as the winds are expected to calm down and the swell is expected to hold up pretty well through tonight and into tomorrow morning and steadily die down a bit, but nonetheless, looking at good sized surf in the range of 3 to 7, 3 to 8 foot right now, 3 to 6 foot tomorrow, and so a good couple of days ahead of us, good 24 hours ahead of us. All right, so let's look at some of the local conditions provided by the Wave Monitors, the Wave Watch 3 model, the National Weather Service, and observations from yours truly. We're going to go ahead and walk underneath the pier. Wow, looking pretty gnarly over here as I provide this information for you guys. Right now at Nag's Head, waves in the range of 3 to 7 foot and fair, with primary swell coming out of the east at about 6 foot and 11 seconds. Southerly winds right now blowing in the range of about 8 miles per hour, ticking a little bit more toward the southwest, as you can see with those wind turbine mounts on the pier. Air temperatures 47 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh yeah, definitely a 7 foot around there. If it breaks beyond the pier, you can tell it's at least 7, might even be larger. So yeah, pretty big surf out there. Air temperatures 47 degrees Fahrenheit. Ocean water temperatures 44 degrees Fahrenheit. We had a low tide this afternoon between noon and 1 p.m. and high tide this evening between 6 and 7. And inward Amphi right now we've got 4 to 7 foot waves. Fair conditions with primary swell coming out of the east at 6.3 foot. Yeah, look at that thing. And 11 seconds. Oh, pretty gnarly. Winds blowing out of the south at about 7 miles per hour. Air temperatures 47 degrees Fahrenheit. Ocean water temperatures 49. And at Buxton, 4 to 8 foot. And semi-glassy with swell coming out of the east at 6.7 foot and 11 seconds. Winds out of the south at 4 miles per hour. Air temperatures 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Ocean water temperatures 49 degrees Fahrenheit down there in Buxton even. Look at that. Alright. And last of all at Frisco, we've got 4 to 5 foot waves and clean conditions. And that left is holding up pretty well there. Alright, so looking at our forecast for today, started out kind of choppy but cleaning up, and right now we've got 3 to 8 foot conditions on the Outer Banks. Highs today were in the upper 40s to lower 50s with light southerly winds and clouds and sun. For tomorrow, 3 to 6 foot and fair to clean. Highs in the mid 50s to around 60 with rain expected. Winds from the southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday, 2 to 4 foot. Fair to choppy winds shifting to the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Highs in the mid 40s to around 50 depending on your location. Clouds and sun. For Sunday, 2 to 4 foot waves. Choppy conditions with north winds blowing at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Air temperatures in the low 40s, so pretty cold for Sunday. And then, also sunny conditions as well on Sunday. And then for Monday, 1 to 3 foot waves, clean conditions, southwest winds once again at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Air temperatures in the mid 50s to around 60, and sunny conditions. All right, so thank you for joining me for this session of the OBX Wave Report. And I'd like to ask you guys to please do everything you can to help protect our coastlines from the impacts of climate change driven by fossil fuel burning. The primary solution, of course, is the mass deployment of clean energy. Although I will just say that if you are looking to individually act on climate and add solar panels, for example, to your house, do make sure that the companies you're working with are above board. Do your research. Unfortunately, there appear to be a number of companies out there selling, aggregating solar panels, and they're not necessarily all reputable, unfortunately. But nonetheless, definitely something to look into. I'm gonna go ahead at some point soon and provide you guys with some research on some good companies for solar installations. If you are looking at installing solar as a way to act individually on climate and possibly cut down your energy bills, but there are certain things to keep in mind and look at when it comes to cost, as there is with anything, and individual risk. But nonetheless, the primary ways that we can act on climate is through the mass deployment of clean energy, and mass deployable forms of clean energy being wind, water, solar, and electric vehicles. If you don't act individually, acting in a systemic fashion by supporting organizations that advocate for the mass deployment of clean energy and making it easier for clean energy to be accessed by all people as power systems, both for the generation of electricity and for transportation, as well as political activism in using your votes to support candidates that support the mass deployment of clean energy, as well as the defense of our coastlines from such things as rising sea levels, more intense storms, ocean acidification, ocean heat waves, both of which harm our environment here on the coastline, and harm our industries here on the coastline, to include surfing and fishing and all the things we enjoy doing here at the beach. Woo! Yeah, some fun, gnarly surf out here. This is looking pretty cool. All right, so thank you for joining me for this session of the OBX Wave Report on this Thursday, and I will be back in the water with you guys soon. Hopefully get some GoPro video footage of some surfing tomorrow. Thank you for joining me once again.